CSS class, let's see. Last class, how many selectors completed? 6 selectors completed, right? Six selectors completed. We'll go for some properties about the CSS. Let me take one small paragraph like, welcome to Code Pulse iPhone. Here we are using font related properties. Coming to font related properties, we have the let me write the internal styles. To write the internal style, you require the style tag. Style tag, let me go for the element selector means what just open and P is a element selector, right? Element selector, you can write the properties. Tell me what the properties here. So we have the property like first one is what is a font size. Just you can specify the font size. Just let me go for the font size 10 pixel. So font size is a 10 pixel. Right click and open with live server. Once if you open with live server, just you can see the data. Okay, let me increase the font size 20. Check the output here. Today increase here. Font size is 30 means font size is increasing, right? Font size is 30. So you guys like that we can increase the font size using the font size property. And next property you can see the font size property. Next one is what? Font weight. Next one is what? Font style. Fourth one is the font fat. Total 4 properties related to font. So font size is there and font weight is there. Font style is there. Font family is there, right? Okay. Just let me go for the property font style here. So for the font style, we have the font style italic format. Just you can check the output for the italic format. Yeah, now it is coming as well. Italic format, right? So font size, font style, just you can write the font weight. So font weight, just you can specify the 200, font weight is what? 200, just you can specify. So font weight is nothing but bold data here, thickness of the font. And here you can make the font weight is a 400. So guys, I think thickness increased here. Font weight is 600, thickness for increase like this. And how much thickness you want, just you can make the thickness like that. We can go for the font weight. Otherwise, simply can say the font weight is like bold also. Bold means what? By default, you get the bold format, font weight means. But to maintain the thickness, you can go for the number actually. So 200, 300, and you can go for what? 700. Then this is called what? Font thickness, right? Font what amount? Thickness. Last one is the font family. Which family you want? Just you can write the this all the families here. Courier, New and Franklin like this. So you get the font family is there. No? So this is one of the font. Welcome to Code Pulse iPhone. So this is one related font here. And control space enter. What font you want, you can select that font. You don't write the fonts like that. But what font we need, just you can control this. The scan is there. Yeah, that is welcome to Code Pulse iPhone R. And Courier no is okay, good. Just let me make one. Welcome to Code Pulse iPhone R. So these are font related properties. Font size is there, font family is there, font weight is there, and font family, right? Good. There's the font related properties. Because next one you can see the next properties here we have the text formatting properties. Properties of text formatting properties. But the first property here, line height. Second one is the letter spacing. Third one is the word spacing. Next one is the text transform, text align like that. See guys, line height I want to take the data. See to make this one guys, just you can take the paragraph bit, lengthy paragraph you can take so that line height you can apply properly and you can take some lengthy paragraph. See the answer is expert. Yeah, like that you can take the data here. You can take the paragraph. Take the what element selector paragraph selector. See, let me take the line height here. Line height, how much you have to specify go for the line height. Line height is 1.5 I specified. See guys, you see the gap between the line to line here. That is line height. Yeah. So line to line gap you can see. Line, this is called what? Line height. If you want to increase the gap between the line to line, just you can write the line height is how much more? 2.5. Let me go for the 2.5. See, line to line height is increased, right? Good. Okay, let me make the, this is like, 1.5 is okay, fine. Just let me write the font family. Font family, this one here. And next one is what? Font size. Font size is what? 20 pixel. And font weight. Just font weight is a 600, something like that. Last one is what? Font style. Font style is what? Italian. There's like font related properties. Let me go to this one and check the data here. Okay, this is the style of the data here. You see that line height is there. I think bold and too much bold is there. Just let me make this one is what? Font weight is a 200. See, font weight is a 200 means we got the information like this. Then font related properties are applied. Line height means what? Distance between line to line. Distance between what? Line to line. Distance between the line to line, it is the line height. Okay, good. Because let me go for the letter spacing. So letter to letter, how much space is required? So you can go for the letter spacing or word spacing you can take. Good. So guys, line height is there, letter spacing is there. Next one is what? Word spacing is there. Let me go for the word spacing. Word to word gap required. So this is like word spacing here. Word spacing, just you can make it as well. Space between the word to word, right? Just you can make it as 10 pixel. Word spacing, like we have the data, come to the file, and yeah. So guys, word to word is gap is increased. You want to increase the 30 pixel here. Then you can see guys, word to word is what gap increase, right? See, line height means what? Line to line height is increased. Word spacing is what? Word to word gap increase, right? That is word spacing. Go for the letter spacing. Letter to letter gap is increased. Now you see guys, letter to letter gap is increasing, right? Good, that much is not required. Just we can write the 3 pixel. So the letter to letter is what gap increased. Next one is a text for transform. Text transform. Let me go for the all are lowercase or all are uppercase. So entire text is transformed into what case guys here? Uppercase. Otherwise by default lowercase is there. Logo for the lowercase. Every character is coming as what case lowercase. So text transform is like lowercase, uppercase. You can go for what? Capitalize. You see the capitalize here. Every word starting letter is what capital letter, right? So here Ratan, R capital, S capital, I capital, A capital. Every word should be like every word starting character should be what? Uppercase, right? That's like the letter space, text transform, text transform. And like that we have the text transform and text align is there. So guys, coming text align, let me go for the left side. Text align is what? Left side. I think by default it's coming as left side alignment. Right side some gap is there, fine. Left side the data starting. Let me go for the text align is what there's here, right side. Now you see the data here. I think the data comes to right side. I think left side they have some gaps, right? Good. Because you can make the text align is what? Left, right, and what? Center. Text align is center means the data is coming as center. Left gap, right gap is the data is coming as what? See, if you refresh you will get the data like that. So text align is what? Right, left. Tell me guys, like that, right, left, and what? Center, right? Exactly. Yes, let me make it as a left better. Go for the left. Now it is coming as a left side, right? Good. See guys, in magazines and all, the first line is starting from starting onwards. First line some gap will come here. First line some gap will come, right? Yeah, that is called indentation. That is like text indent. Text what? Indent. Let me make the 30 pixel text indent. You see guys, first line toward is going that side, right? Exactly. Because you make 50 pixel, 90 pixels, something like that. See that is starting from here on. So indentation is what? All lines are going, only first line space coming up. First line space coming. You can make it as a 200, something like that. See the first line starting from here. Wait, first line starting from what? Some gap, right? That is called what? Text indent. See guys, line height means distance between the line to line. And word spacing is what? Space between the word to word. Letter spacing is what? Space between the letter to letter. Text transform means what? Convert uppercase to lowercase, the data like that. Text alignment means what? Center alignment, right alignment. Text indent means what? First letter is coming as the first letter, first row, sorry. And next one is the text shadow is there. Okay, fine. If we go for the text shadow, guys, I want to get the shadow of my text here. Text shadow contains shadow contains what? X-axis data and Y-axis data. X offset value, Y offset value, blur radius, how much radius blur you want to see, and the color of the, text shadow. So this is called X offset value. Second one is what? Y offset value. This is called what? X axis, Y axis, blur radius, and what? What color color is getting more? Gray color. Now you see guys, that is called that background you are seeing that what you can say gray color. Hey, you do one thing. You make the texture X axis 12, Y axis 12, and blur radius is how much more? 15 here. Now you can see. Can you see the background? You do one thing. You say the gray is instead of gray, you can make it as a red so that you can see the data here. Can you see that background shadow? Background shadow. A blur radius 8. Let me take. Yeah. Can you see the blur radius, right? That is called text shadow coming. Wait, text to what? Shadow. Like that, guys. Just you can make the two. We'll get the more. That is what? Blur radius, right? Background that is showing like tanks and tanks. That is called blur radius. So that is called text shadow, guys. Text what shadow. These are the text related properties, guys. Line height. Line height means line to line gap. Word spacing means word to word gap. Letter spacing means letter to letter gap. Text transform means lowercase or uppercase or every word starts with capital I, something like that. Text transform means no, that's one. Text align means what? Left, right, center. Indentation means what? All lines are coming, only first line. First line. Text shadow means what? Shadow coming, right? Yeah. How many properties written here? 4 plus 3, 7 properties. Yeah, that's it, guys. What the property missing? Yeah, text decoration is missing. See, guys, coming to text decoration property here, you can go for the text decoration colon. Let me go for the underline. So text decoration is what? Underline. See guys, text decoration colon, just you can write the underline. See guys, underline means what? Everything is coming as underline. We have the underline is there and we have the overline is there. Overline means what? The line is coming as under or over, over. That is coming as what? Over. Underline is there, overline is there, and we have the one more line through. Line through means what? Like delete symbol, right? Total text to transform, text to decoration contains only properties are 3. Underline, overline, line through, right? Underline, overline, and what? Line through. So these are called text to decoration properties. The first one we talk about what? Font properties, font size, font weight, font style, font family. Second is what? The text formatting properties. Text formatting properties. Good. Yes, next one is let me go for the color properties. This is line through is good, underline is good, underline. Assume that let me take the color property. What property am I? Color. Color property, let me take it as a green color. Now you see guys, the data is coming as what color here? Green color. Nice. There's a green color, we are getting the data. See guys, color we have a different colors. Some people are saying RGB colors. RGB full form is what? No? RGB kaadu, RGB. RGB full form is what? RGB kadamma, RGB. RGB means red, blue, green. Okay, I don't know. Fine, that is called RGB colors. We have a different color representation, guys. The color can be represented using color name you can write. But first one here, color name. Directly you can write the color name, first one. Green or red or like that. See guys, see what color you want, you don't remember the values, guys. Just you can, here you see the data here. Just you can place the cursor. Can you see that here we have the RAB is there, right? What value RAB is there. Yeah, just to place the cursor over here, just you can click on this value. Okay, click just and the values are automatically what? Changing. Values are changing, values are changing, values are what? Changing, right? Good. Guys, let me make this one is data like this. See guys, now you see the data. Yeah. Yeah, this one is OCLAB is there, OCLCH is there. This is called RGB value. Yes, if you see that value, if you want, select that value, click on outside. That's all. This is called what value of RGB. RGB is what? Red, green, blue. Okay, this is called RGB function. what function here? RGB function. See guys, that values you need to remember. You గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటారు values. You will remember these values, huh? గుర్తుపెట్టుకుంటారా? And what you will do? Cursor move this side. What color you want, you can select the color. This is called what? RGB. RGB is there. See guys, red, green, blue. See guys, left side here, one more like a transparency is there. This is called transparency. We have the high transparency as of now. So guys, if you reduce like, if you reduce something like that here, value reduced. Is what? Reduced. Previously you got what? RGB color, right? Now this transparency represent like, alpha value. Oh, this is called RGB. This is called what value? Alpha value. That's what guys here we got what amount? RGBA. Red, green, blue, alpha value. See guys, now we got this one is the second category is red, green, blue, and what? Alpha value, right? Exactly. Okay, that is the third one. Okay, first one is what? Color name directly. Second one is what? RGB. Third one is what? Tell me RGBA. A means what? Alpha. Alpha is nothing but a transparency. So left side one more bar is there, right? Just you can adjust that bar, you get the alpha value. But it's like color name. Color name is like green here, and color RGB is there. RGBA is there. Like that we have the data guys. And here you can come to the file. If you say the high transparency, A will come. So high transparency means what? The high low unte A is there or not there? Not there, right? Good. Because this is what? High transparency. You click on one more time here. We have this is called hexadecimal number, guys. See, in real time, you use this hexadecimal number generally. Application point of view, most frequently, we will go for what? Hexadecimal number. RGB, this is called hexadecimal number. See, guys, this is hexadecimal number starts with like, hash value. It starts with what? Hash value. This is something like, hash RRGGBB. That's it. RRGGBB. This is called first one is the color property, guys. Second one is the RGB and RGBA. A is nothing but alpha. Alpha is nothing but transparency. Alpha is nothing but what? Transparency. Next one is what? Hexadecimal value. What hexadecimal value? RRGGBB as hexadecimal value. And frequently use hexadecimal numbers generally. Now you can come to here. You see the transparency is what? Very high. Transparency high means alpha coming or not coming? Not coming. So guys, if you reduce the transparency, here we'll get the two more values. We will get what? Two more values. Go for the, yeah, like this we have the data. Good. Now you see this number, how much number we have? And here we have the, this is called what? RR, GG and BB. 6 characters coming. How many characters here? 6. But now is what? Now it is like, color. 6 characters coming, 8 coming, 8 coming. Why 8 coming? RR, 2 characters. GG, BB, A, like that. This A depends on what? Transparency. Right side transparency is there. You high transparency is there means what? Alpha is not. If it adjust this one, then what happen here? A will come. No, that like that is. So this is a color name directly you can use. RGB can use. Most frequently in real time we use like color property hexadecimal. What number there? Hexadecimal. Like that I'll write the one more property, just you can check it. Hey, property you want and click chain and just you can click that value, that's all. Yes, next one is a HCl values there. HCl full form is like hue saturation lightness. Hue saturation lightness. That is like we have the percentages format. Percentages for HCl. If you change this value, then what happened here? Alpha will come. HCl is coming, HCl, A is coming. That's it. Hey, that is enough. The remaining properties you can check it. Okay. Color green is there. Second one is what? RGB function is there. Next one is what? RGB, RGBA one category. Color name is one category. Hexadecimal is one category. HSL is what? One category. So how many categories we read about? That is called color properties. Properties color. Hey, you don't remember these values. So some people like they'll use edit plus, they'll remember this all the numbers. So you'll remember all the numbers, just you select the numbers, select the data. If what color you want, select the color. Automatically values are changing. Automatically values are changing, right? Hey, that is called color properties. What properties? Color properties. Good. Yes, next property is like, that's it. Mm, yeah, that is called color properties. What properties we have? Color properties. Color properties, right? Exactly. These are the color properties. Good, good, good. Hey, you write the properties, I ask for maybe. On related properties. Text related properties. Like complete the properties. So font properties, text properties, and hmm, and drive. After that, open the laptop. Laptop engine చెప్తా. నిన్న అసలు ఈ కోడ్ రాసి చూపించను. రైట్ దిస్ కోడ్ అండ్ షో మీ ద అవుట్పుట్. Check the code. Any mistakes are there? Three paragraphs, okay, four paragraphs total. One is H1 tag about myself, something like about yourself. First paragraph, introduction about yourself, describing your education, your technical skills, your goals. Four paragraphs. First paragraph, you apply this kind of styles. Second paragraph, you apply these styles. Third paragraph, you apply these styles. Fourth paragraph, fifth paragraph. Like four paragraphs. ఓయ్ అయిపోయిందా? You write the two characters, control space, enter కొట్టండి. You don't write like every character. Font family. F4 రాసేసి కంట్రోల్ స్పేస్ కొట్టేసేయండి. Hey, stop it. Take one pick. That pick is complete exam. Previous class we discussed 6 selectors, right? We added 2 more selectors. Here's the process. Okay. So yes, we take one button here. Just button is displayed. I click and open the live server. We got the button. Yeah, just the button is displayed, right? What is displayed? Yeah, button is displayed. See, let me write the write the style for that here. Tell me guys, button style let me write. Button this element selector I'm writing here. Simply button color something like what the color is. Just we can have the background color. Yeah, something like that. You have the back. There is a color. Color means what color is a text color. Then you can make the background color. Background color is aqua something like that. Now you see this. We got the text like that. So on the button type we apply the date. But when you place the cursor on the button, when you place what cursor on the button, the process of placing the cursor on the button, that is called hover concept in the CSS. The concept means hover. You place the cursor over here, that is called hover concept. When you hover the button, when you what hover the button, laptop పట్టుకుని పగిలింది laptop జారిద్దేమో జాగ్రత్త. When we hover the button, so here we take the hover means what? What's the meaning of hover? Hover means placing the cursor on the button. That is called hover. When you hover the button, guys, we write the selector button colon hover. Button colon what? Hover. This is called p pseudo class select. P pseudo selector. Button colon hover means then what happened? When you place the cursor, let me change the color. Let me change the color is what? Purple. And background color I want to change to the white. Otherwise we something like that. Now see guys, this is the button initial colors. This is a button initial color. When you hover, then what happened? Button colon button hover. When you hover, now you see the output here. Background color is changing, right? Background color is what? Wheat something like that. Text color is what? Purple. You place the cursor, that is showing data like that. That is called hovering. That is what? Hover. If you want to write the font family like that, if you want to write the font style, when you hover, change the font style is what? Italic. Now you see the output here. That is called what? Hover. When you place the cursor here, then what happens? Initially, that is a button style like that. When you hover it, the style is changing. That is called hover. When you place the cursor somewhere, you want to change the effect, then you can go for what the concept of hover concept. The concept name hover. Hover means what? User place the mouse pointer over the element. User place what? Mouse pointer over the element, right? Correct. Cursor pattern style change, right? Good. That is called p pseudo class selector. P pseudo class selector. Good. And next one is p pseudo element selector. You see this one here, we have something list of elements. This is called button we have. And this is the list of some fruits we written. Grapes, oranges, apples, and just you can write some more. Tell me guys, mango na. Okay, write the mango, write one more mango and oranges, grapes, and you write the banana, something like that. You written the data. As you see the output here, we got the grapes, oranges, apple, mango, banana. See guys, first element I want red color. Last element is a green color. Specific element I want to change the colors. Specific elements I want to change the color. See, very rare cases first element and last element they representing different colors. First element and what last element. See, first and last element to represent the color guys, we require the p pseudo element select. P pseudo element selector. P pseudo element selector. Okay. P pseudo what? Element. Yeah. This is P pseudo class selector. Sorry. So here list item. List item first child. List item what? First child. You take the list item first child. Li type means what? List item, right? List item means what child? First child. First child means what? First element. First element what color? Red color. Now you can come to the class. Now see guys, first element red color. And last child. Just you can paste the data here. List item is what? Last child. Last child. What color here? Green color. Now you see the output. Last is given as green color. Sometimes they'll make the first is one color, last is one color. Very good what normal colors they'll apply. No such specific element. I want to change the color. Go for what? Nth child object. Yes. You can go for the simply nth child. List item. Nth child of the child number. Second element. Second element is what color here? Blue color. Second element blue color. If you make the 3, third element is a blue color. If you make the 4, fourth element is a blue color. If you make the 5, what happened here? Fifth element is the blue color. If you make the 1, one element is the blue color. It means nth child is have a high priority. Already first we applied what red, right? But nth child is 1 means what is applied? First is applied, nth child is applied. Nth child is having the highest priority. Nth child is having what? Highest priority. See, as list items are there. First item I want a color means what? That you can go for list item of first child. Last item means what? Last child. Specific item means what? Nth child. But this is called p pseudo class selectors. P pseudo class selector. They given the classes like that. Next one is like p pseudo element selector is there. P pseudo element selector. So guys, we have just message hi sir, something like we have the data. Yeah. Hi sir, welcome to the portable icon, something like that. You can come to the file. We got the message. Hi sir, welcome to portable icon. That's okay, fine. Guys, now you can I want to go for the element select. See guys, before before H1 tag, wherever the H1 tags are there in my entire project, before the H1 tag, I want to make one symbol. After H1 tag, I want to make a symbol. I have hundreds of H1 tags. Hundreds of H1 tags means what? Hundreds of times I cannot make the image before and after H1. What I told? I have one H1 tag. My company name is H1 tag. Before the company name, I want some icon type required. After H1 tag also, I require some icon type. I need what? Icon type. To get that icon type, yes, before the H1 and after the H1, you write the H1 double colon before. H1 double colon. You see the style here? Just you can go for the H1 is what? Double colon. This is called p pseudo, what selected? Element select. This is a p pseudo class selector. Single colon is there. And this is what? Double colon. It means what? All H1 tags, the H1 tag I written how many times? 2 times. In all H1 tags, before what happened here, this fire symbol is coming, right? Now you can see the output. All H1 tag before, what symbol is coming here? That is called H1 colon before. And H1 colon after you can write. H1 colon after like that. Double colon symbol. This is called p pseudo element selector. Now you see the output guys. After arrow, all H1 tags are applied. Actually, you are placing this fire symbol before every H1 tag. See, generally we should place the fire symbol like the symbol we need to put into H1 before like that. But 10 times like that is good or not good? Not good. That's what you can make it as what? That one you can make it as what? H1 colon before, H1 colon after. That's all. See guys, that's what you can write the ABC, you can write the starting here, ending you can write the XY No problem. Like content you can give symbols, you can give anything you can do. Good, check the output guys. We got the starting of that H1. What you're getting here? Fire symbol ABC. Ending of H1 you're getting what? XY fire rocket symbol. Okay, that is what selector guys? P pseudo. P pseudo class selector starts with single column. P pseudo element selector starts with what? Double column symbol. Yeah, double column symbol. Got it right? That is called two selectors with them. P pseudo class selector, P pseudo element selector. We got this list of first child, last child, nth child. And here what the power option. What option are power, right? P pseudo element selector, class selector, you can apply for this selector. CSS selector, p pseudo class selector here, p pseudo class selector, CSS selector here, CSS selector. I need to change. Okay, fine. I take that point. Second, we have the button p pseudo. This is called button styles, original button style. This is called forward. What the meaning of over? Place the cursor on the. If you take one pick and write the notes later. P pseudo class selector apply the styles when the user hover their mouse. The styles the user hover their mouse element. Starts with a single column, represented state of an element. Yeah, you take this one also. Example two. The example two here. One second. Go for this like mag or also. It is called p pseudo class selector. Then you take the p pseudo element selector code. Starts with what double column, depend the part of an element. Tomorrow. In the latter is sir, what you written?